Daddy, can you please stop hitting mommy?
I don't like my daddy.
I think my daddy wants to kill us. I don't like it when mommy and daddy argue.
Daddy, don't you love us anymore?
Leave my mommy alone, Daddy.
Me too. Everything started off real good. We was working together. We was working at Walmart. After I got pregnant, that's when things started hitting the fan. With him, he started to say that I did this and I did that, and it was just like I was working and he was always there, and it was like he was at the job with me, sitting there with me. I go to the bathroom, he's there, like is the nigga in there? Can you use that? Oh, okay. Or either I go somewhere and is he there? And I'm like, well, damn. Well, maybe I should never have the baby. A lot of things it start going crazy. When I was 4 months with the baby, back in '04, when I was pregnant with our child, he pulled a gun out on us and literally shot the gun. And he thought that my cousin that was in the house was another dude. He started being controlling, try to take over everything and try to control everything I do. Then after I had the baby, I had it where he didn't, have to come in and see her. We changed her names, but yet, he still wanted to see her. And I'm the type of woman that I don't want to keep a man from their child, but I was just trying to hold it together. And after we had her, he came by. He said he wanted to see her. Then he took her and had her in his mom's house, and he held us in his house for 3 days in the mother's house. Our daughter was on a heart monitor, and only how we got tracked was the nurse had to come out and read her heart monitor. And the nurse had asked me if everything was okay, and I kind of was like, no. And that's how he went away the first time.
Okay. I'm Jennifer Hurst with Newhouse, and domestic violence, I think, is a much more prevalent issue than most people are aware of. They say that in Missouri alone, every 16 minutes, a woman reports domestic violence to police officers, and those are just the reported incidents. Most of the incidents are not reported.
Should no one harm you or hurt you? And he always try to be a good dad and try to come to all the doctor's office. Well, they have you fill out this piece of paper, and it is asked, "Do you feel safe? Are you safe at home?" And I was just like, here's my chance right here, and it's either me or him. So I said, no, I don't feel safe. No, it's not safe at home. And so the lady came and talked to me. Then another lady came in there, and then they was like, well, we need to talk to her by herself and things like that. And so that's how I kind of got away.
Okay. On average, we have about 30 to 40 children, and we have about the same number of women. Our average woman comes in, she is early 20s is about the age range. She is African American with 2 children, and is just struggling to make it. A lot of our ladies have not had educational opportunities. They have disabilities, either physically or mentally, and those are all things that are prevalent in domestic violence.
Well, once the restraining order dropped, he still had the right back to his child. So that's what I'm kind of upset about that. They gave me sole legal custody of her, and then once the restraining orders dropped, he has the right to see her again. So I let him see her, but I was with another guy. My daughter at the time, she was 4, and she was like, my mama got a baby in her stomach. And he got all upset or whatever, talking about, you pregnant by somebody else. And I'm like, well, you know, I try to work things out with you and try to be with you, but I'm not going to keep getting my ass kicked by you, you know. So it's either me or you. And so one day he came to our house. Well, we didn't have a problem exchanging our daughter off. And he came to the house, he kicked the door in. And talking about, you pregnant and this and this and that. And I'm like, well, damn. You act like I was supposed to stop because of you. But things didn't work out, and so, you know, I was 6 months pregnant with my second daughter, and we was fighting, and he kidnapped our daughter. He threw her down the steps and took off with her in my car, and the SWAT team came by to get him the second time.
The children who see domestic violence are much more likely to repeat the same violence. I believe it's 85% more likely to be an abuser themselves when they grow up, especially the young male children. It's also very detrimental to the male children because male children, as I've seen, are kind of born with this instinctive nature to protect. And when they can't protect their mothers from this abuse happening, that sets something off inside of them that they're always trying to fight on down the road, and throughout their entire lifetime they're always feeling guilty about not being able to protect mom from bad things that had happened, even though they were grandmothers, their aunts, so on and so forth. They didn't know that it wasn't okay to be talked to that way, or it wasn't okay to be hit. So the more that we can get the word out there, the more education that we can provide, and the more opportunities to help that we can provide, I think that we can really do a lot to break the cycle of domestic violence, so that we can get the word out there that this is not okay. People should not be behaving this way, and you don't deserve to be treated.
He's gonna kill us. I really do. I really think, you know, like he said, I don't went to jail behind you. No, you put yourself in jail. Okay. So to me, it's just like, it is what it is. So either me or you.
Even if you're not ready to come in shelter, or if you don't need to have shelter, you can call the hotline. We also have a metro-wide hotline that you can call in the Kansas City area. Just to have somebody to talk to do some safety planning with you, to make sure you stay safe, and give you some tools that might help you. Also, talk to somebody you trust, either a friend or family member, and let them know what's going on. If you feel comfortable, talk to your neighbors and let them know, so that you can start developing that safety plan or a code. If you're experiencing abuse and you need 911 called for you, if you need help.
Si usted está experimentando violencia doméstica, Casa Nueva al 816-471-5800 o a la línea nacional el 1-800-799-7233.